What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Part 6 of Project Kickflip. Turns out this is going to be a part 7 or 8 series because we are just getting to the motor. We have got the bike sitting over there. We've got a few parts we need to cut, including, sorry if I'm talking a bit loud, I got my earplugs in. We are going to cut down the forks. Ugh. If you guys missed the live stream, we went ahead and mocked up a bunch of the parts. So you can, go ahead and check that out, right? Pocket bike with shocks, but you ain't seen that before. But we need to cut it down, or it is a stab risk, believe it or not. And I know, everything I build is a risk of killing me, but not this one. This one somebody else might ride. So, but we're gonna get those two chopped down to length, remounted on the bike, which is just chilling over there. But this episode, mainly, because episode 5 was supposed to be the engine, but episode 5 was live. Check it out if you want to see me mocking up. You'll see some of the details of the bike. Excuse me. Episode 5 was supposed to be the motor. So episode 6 is the motor. And as you guys can tell, by me picking it up, there's not a lot going on here, right? Like this is maybe 8 pounds, maybe. If it's any more than 8 pounds, I'd be surprised. But this is your typical weed whacker motor, typical pocket bike motor, typical 49cc motor. So if you order the most basic one off Amazon, this is what you're gonna get. This is the upgraded carburetor that came on it, but it's just not that good. So the thing is when I bought the pocket bike, I got this motor, right? It's, you guys have seen the exhaust. It's that big fancy exhaust, but I don't know if it runs. The guy told me it runs. The guy promised me it would fire. It's got a new plug. It's got the new carburetor. Like that's a new carburetor, a new plug in it, all that stuff. I don't know much about two strokes, to be honest, guys. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's like a gap in there on both sides. And I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but on a 4-stroke, it won't run if that's like that. So I don't know if this thing ever actually did run. Feel free to let me know if you deal with 2 strokes and that gap should be there, or if that the reed should be sealed off to the carburetor. No idea, but you guys are gonna watch me quickly take off the carburetor, take off the flywheel and the head, and then pull out the grinder. And I'm not gonna tell you why I'm pulling out the grinder yet, but you just might see for yourselves. So, again, thanks for dropping by. If you've already made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, we'll get into, I'm gonna use the word mutilation. Alright guys, so if you question why the first part of the video was me taking apart the motor and then the second part was me cutting something apart, you guessed correctly. Would anyone like a piston? Ha! Look at that, making a nice keychain out of that little guy or something. It was burned, so I'll show you guys here. She's missing a chunk out of her. So this flat top wasn't a very good top to begin with. But, on with the show. What you guys are about to see is just pure innovation. Innovation at its best. Peak male performance, if you will. So, this will actually go this way. Nope, this way. Aha! I had it wrong to begin with. There. There, yeah. So that goes like that. If you guys can't really see, I'll zoom in. Hang on. So, the two holes at the bottom here that you guys probably can't see very well. I need better lighting. I know, guys. I agree. Okay? I agree. The two mounting holes for the motor will now become the mounting holes for this. This also has the other two mounting holes for, you can see 3 holes in the bottom, 2 that were mounted. And we're back. My phone kept saying that it was out of storage. I had to empty the trash can. Goodbye all previous videos. So, what you guys are seeing now, because the beautiful part, I'm just going right back into it. The beautiful part about this is that the case is, or the electric motor here is the same width as what the case was on the inside. So like almost down to the millimeter, it was 2 millimeters off the width of the motor to the width of the case in between these two plates was almost identical. You guys can't see me, I'm zoomed in. Almost identical. So the plan here is 50-50. I don't know if this is cast, like not this, but if it's steel, I can throw a few tacks on it, make it perfect, and then this sounds retarded, guys, but you know what, hang on. So to be real, guys, I was gonna put the motor back in, but like I showed you guys, I'm not sure if it actually was a runner, and the project is already well over budget. It's already gonna have to be sold as like an art piece more than anything, due to the fact that it's well over budget of what a pocket bike goes for. But that's not the point anymore. I still want it to move. So, you may be saying, well, why did you chop up the motor that possibly could have ran? This thing was so glued together, the more I looked at it, there's like gaps in the carburetor and everything. I don't know if it ever did run, but it could have. But it's never gonna again. So why not go electric? I'm already putting battery power on the bike. I already have electric motors kicking around. And another controller is on the way because for this one, I was actually going to hook it up to the throttle with the machine. It's a whole story. This one I'm stealing from the 3-wheeler, because I'm not going to use a brand new one for this, because this one I already cut. So this bad boy is basically going to replicate, which way was the motor? That way. So this I'm gonna have to make fit. Oh my god, that's damn near weldable right on the shaft. See? Okay, you guys can't see now because it's too far away. But there you go. That's the chain side. It's already looking right back to normal, right? So you're going to be able to tell from the chain side mostly. But with the motor down, I'm going to make this work. Yeah, that's right. That's the head of the machine. I'm going to possibly see if it will tack weld on there so it looks like the head of the machine is there. And you may be saying, okay, well, why are you doing all that? Again, I don't want a 2-stroke fucking motor on this thing, okay? Okay? Say it with me. I don't want a 2-stroke motor on it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Man, I don't understand which way this fucking goes in general. Yeah, so one of the shaft side. That'd be the piston side. Okay. It's just the way it sits confuses the shit out of me sometimes, to be honest. I'm gonna have to make sure it's correct when I fucking actually do it. Okay, so that plate sits, you know what, hang on. There you go, guys. You got the plate sitting on top here, the 2 mounting holes for the motor are on the bottom. And then you will have this, like this. It's kind of nice because it even lines up with that. So you're gonna have that coming off there. Hang on. And we're back. So on this side, you're gonna have the flywheel also on there. Right? And then when the head's on, looking all pretty, the cover will go back on. And it won't be perfect, but you also won't be able to tell. Oh, actually, it may be pretty good. Yeah, you won't be able to tell 100% right off the bat that it's an electric motor. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know if you guys could even see that. I'm giving you guys the shittiest film ever. Okay, so yeah, that'll be on there like that. The head will be underneath the cover. Like, I'll make it fit nicer once this is actually on. So then you won't be able to pull the pull start, because if you pull the pull start, you'll be breaking the fucking flywheel. But by the time it's done, this electric motor will look like a leaf bleeding. Will look like a regular motor, an actual. Let's see if that's that way. You know what I mean, right? See, okay, this is a way better angle for you to see it from. Which side's which? That's chain side. Let's do this. Magnets are magneting. Okay, so that's bottom side, motor side. Ugh. Yeah, you guys can watch me struggle here. Okay, now you're getting the idea. See? See? Ah, it's getting kind of hard to tell it's an electric motor in there now all of a sudden, right? Ah, and like I said, it's actually the width of the case basically with the parts. I can't really replicate it because I chopped off like a lot of the stuff afterwards. As you can see, I flattened out. There was like bumps and trumps and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's the plan. The bike is going electric. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going on it. A little bit of planning on it, but I mean, I'm at the point where I'm ready to start putting the plates onto the motor if I can. I think I can. So I'm gonna do that. Make sure the motor mounts onto the bike. Keep going. Right? Yeah. Fuck yeah. I know, some of the things I do are kind of weird, right? Like chopping a motor in half, cutting the case in half, and then piecing it back together on an electric motor. But again, if it turns out like everything else on the bike that I'm picturing in my head, should turn out pretty cool. Let's hope. Plug in the old fucking Wadelder. Show you guys what I did here. So I took your head, your good old 50cc right here, eh? 49 and a half, whatever. Look at that. Chopped it off, rounded it out. So now she will sit here. Perfect. Now, with every step, I take it over and I make sure that it still works. Still works. I've been told my whole life, don't weld an electric motor. Don't weld an electric motor. It'll demagnetize it. It ain't demagnetizing shit. If it falls off now, it fucking wasn't meant to be. So much weld on there. Yeah. Alright, guys. Oh, there is some weld going on there. Look at that. Look at it. It's not pretty at all. None of this metal was meant to go. Oh, shit. See? Exactly what I said. None of this fucking metal was meant to go together. It's okay. I can put this one back on. As long as that holds. Gosh, Dad. Yeah. Alright. So now I'm just going to let the whole thing cool off out here. It'll be good here, yeah. Yeah. There we go, guys. I guess I'll show you. I already did, but I'll show you again. So yeah, once the cover's on this side, it will look like a motor. You know what? Hang on, guys. Whoa. Hang on, guys. It's very hot and I keep touching it without my gloves. All right. I'll show you guys it works. Aha! So yeah. Sick. And then I don't want to melt the cover because it's very hot, but you guys can see now, right? El Hido Motero. All right, guys, this thing's gonna cool off overnight, and then tomorrow we are gonna clean it and gently paint it. Also, tomorrow, which will be part of this video, we get the controller, the motor controller. So actually, I lied to you. Tomorrow, first things first, I'm the realist. This bad boy here, we're gonna, what I'm thinking, okay, hear me out. Listen to me for a sec, okay? The screws that held on the thing, I am going to put a nut on them that fits so I can tighten the carburetor up and then weld the 4 nuts onto it. It's just hot. That's why I didn't want to pick it up again. Wanna. So the carburetor goes like this. If the motor's like this, right? Straight off the back. And it's at a perfect angle. I can get all 4 bolts in there and just weld them on. So 4 spots and then carburetor looks like it's back on the motor. Heck yeah, my dude. See? See, this thing bolts back on. It's gonna look like some crazy shit. Right? Nothing can be standard in my life. Everything must be destroyed and remade again, including me. I'm really good at the destroying part, not so much the remaking. But all right. I guess you guys will just see the next scene. What's going on? We're back, guys. You'll probably notice I don't have much of a voice for the ending of this video. It's gone. I don't think I'm sick. I'm pretty sure Carly, she punched me in the throat 2 days ago. And I think this is the ending factor of that. So, let me show you guys something though, all right? Let me show you guys something. Now, don't judge me too hard here because I'm judging myself, okay? But, oh, don't be loose. Oh, thank God it's not loose. If I didn't tell you what that was, would you assume it was a chainsaw motor? Just looking at it, you know what I mean? Would you just assume it was a chainsaw motor? Now, I'll tell you guys right now, You guys are just gonna see like the ugliest fucking welds on this. Neither of these metals are meant to weld together. Like, the cast is not meant to weld on anything. So it's not pretty. Nothing's pretty, but you can make things pretty by cleaning them up. But so it sits like that. I tried to get the carb a little straighter because the carb actually does sit. If you're, this would be how the motor sits. The carb should be kind of straight, but I went just a little too far down, but it's okay. It'll look good. And plus it gives a little more room between the tire and the air filter, which the air filter is obviously pointless, but it looks cool, right? I mean, the other one was a flat one. I'll show you. The driest cough known to man. That's what, like, and I feel fine. That's what makes me think it was a throat punch. So it comes with this flat popper, but this will match the color of the bike. And because there's no actual performance here, like intake wise, it's all about looks now, right? But yeah, so I put it in the bike. It looks decent enough. The motor still works. You know what, guys? Look at this. So the bike's just been sitting here chilling. Sometimes you just get to work, you know, and you don't get shit done and shit gets put away. But man, my voice is fucked. I definitely ain't doing no talk TV. That's for sure. See what I mean? So now in the bike, I'm gonna have to touch up the paint after. I blame you guys for everything. Look at that, right? Bam! I should take this out. Anytime I put stuff in, I take it out. If you guys saw the live stream I did on putting parts together, I was doing a smoke show at one point. Oh, this clear coat does not stop paint from chipping very nicely. Yeah, guys, so that's the motor. Oh man, my voice. That's the motor. The electric motor. The bike's gonna be all electric. It's working out. The idea is working out that it'll look like a stock 2-stroke when it's done. Cool idea I have. For me, it'll be a minute. For you guys, it'll be 10. And I'm back. So this is actually like, and some people might think like this is weird that I find this to be the most painful part of the whole project. But okay, so I bought a new gas tank, right, for the bike. Because it had a broken gas tank and it needs a gas tank, right? And did it all up. It looks nice and shiny from the underside, so when the lights are on, it looks nice. And I cut the top off it. You might be saying, why'd you cut the fucking top off it? Why would you cut the top off, man? Well, let me tell you why I cut the top off it. Motor controller. Right there, the old Gigantech. Right there, you got the most Chinese of Chinese. 0 instructions, I'll figure it out. But that goes in there. The battery holder will go in there, so I can actually put a 4th mini board on there, because I got the mini boards going around. I'm super happy about that. I hated putting that there, guys, believe it or not. Like, it does not look good on the side. Okay, it looks okay, actually, now that I look at it. But with the batteries, just there was nowhere else to put it at the time, because I was going to go with this 2-stroke motor still. That it wasn't either, like, near heat or the road, or just places I didn't want the battery to be, because the way it goes on, if it's on the bottom and a rock hits it, the battery's gone. That would just suck. But now, I don't need to care about any of that, and I have a place to put it. So the battery's just actually gonna, that holder is gonna go just inside the front here, so the battery slides down into it, pulls out of it, and then all the other wiring will be behind it in the cavity. And then the wiring harness will come out probably the front. No, it's got to come out the back. So, well, the wiring harness will come out somewhere because everything meets up in the front, and I have a switch. If you were watching the live, that's how you saw me doing the smoke show. The switches I got off Amazon are freaking sweet, but you got to do them a certain way to get them to work and wire them back to themselves. And I forgot which wire went back to which one. So when I wired it back and hit the button, oh shit, try it this way. Oh shit. So I'm going to check the diagram before I wire that back up. Definitely going to do some reviewing before I wire all of this up. Because I was about to say I don't want to burn the motor out, but I just welded so much to that electric motor. And it still runs. I don't even know where I put that thing. It's probably right in front of me. Oh, it's on the ground there. I did so much welding to that motor. I am amazed every time I touch it to that battery and it turns on. Not a joke. I don't know if you guys do much with motors, but you don't weld an electric motor. That's what I've always been told. I guess you can. Right? Yeah, right? Yeah. But, so this will just be because this, I'll get back to the topic. Like tiny, tiny little hinges. Canadian Tire there's got the perfect size. I know it. I've seen them. But this will just hinge on. You guys can see it's almost falling in. But it'll hinge on so it can do this. Ooh. Flap open, sit closed. When it's closed, the red tank, the fake tank, actually screws tight onto this and then goes on. So like this whole package will be plug and play between the tank and the bike. Yeah, it went from like a minor wiring harness with LEDs to a full-blown wiring harness. Wow, I'm just adding too much now. But so that's it. That's the idea. I don't like loud motors, so 2-strokes I really just am not a huge fan of. Everybody's always asked me, why do I like 4-strokes and not 2-strokes? 2-strokes are screaming at you the whole freaking time. Yes, a 250 is like a 450. Yes, a 125 is faster than a 250 4-stroke. But it screams the whole time and you have to rebuild it every 14 hours. Like, I don't want to do that. That's just no. So for this thing, also because this will be the first machine that we sell on the channel, I want it to be usable by anyone. By a kid, by an adult, anywhere, right? Like I can ride this into a grocery store and just ride around. It's electric. It doesn't matter. I couldn't do that. But you know what I mean, right? So the point of this is also to make it anyone can buy it. Yeah, there's other things. There's like 15 more Easter eggs on this bike that I'm just not going to tell you guys until it gets there. But that's where we're at right now. The whole reason I did this, believe it or not, the whole reason I did this is because I didn't like where this battery sat. So I was like, well, how can I move the battery? Where do I move the battery, right? Like, there's nowhere to move it. So I started thinking, okay, where do I put an electric motor? Let's completely disregard the motor that has like, because the exhaust takes up room, the motor takes up room. How do I disregard that and put an electric motor? And then I like put the electric motor there and I was like, well, I just don't like how that looks. Just an electric motor. I want it to look like a motorcycle. That's the point of it. That's why I even did the rear fender like this. Because it looks like a sport bike, like a GT or GPT fucking Grand Prix bike rear end now. Right? I gotta get trim for all of these. Don't think that I'm leaving these all like just edge. I'm getting trim. It's hard where I live to find it, and Amazon doesn't have anything that like, everything that says it bends, I'm going off topic, but breaks, and it's fucking lie. But yeah, so I want to look like a motorcycle, but putting an electric motor there looks retarded. And there's nowhere else to put anything. Look at how small this is. There's nowhere to hide anything, right? Like, if I had all the original fairings, I could hide anything. But it's not the point of this bike. So that's when I had the crazy idea. What if I just cut the motor up and put it around the electric motor? And I will be totally honest with you guys. I 100% assumed I was going to wreck both at that point. Because normally when you go to do something that crazy, you just end up wrecking everything involved. Ask me how I know. You're staring at $1,000 right here for it's just a pile of metal. So, back on topic. This bad boy can be electric. All getting figured out. Little Easter eggs will make it look and feel like a two-stroke. But you'll be able to turn a key and just roll away quietly. Nice, sweet. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the motor video this way. Now that I'm confident that my welds are good and this thing looks like a motor, I am going to get her painted up. I already sprayed it down, cleaned it up. Yes, that's clean. It's just a very dirty motor. This was brand new, actually. The guy had put this on. But check it out. This is actually one thing I'm super happy about. Yeah, I get happy about some retarded shit. You guys are happy when, like, crypto goes up or fucking shit like that. I'm happy when I weld something together. Look at that. Just a little, like, if you get this off, it may not go back all the way, or it may not even pull. I want it, just, it's fake, right? It's just a little bit of pull, goes back. A little bit of pull, goes back. Perfect. Because it's fake, right? But it's got the illusion. The illusion. That's what this bike is. It's the illusion. No, it's Project KickFlip, obviously, because it's a skateboard themed thing. But yeah, so I'm rambling now, guys. My dreams are coming true. Episode 6. What I'm doing with the motor. Episode 7. I lied. I said it would be 6 episodes, but episode 7, wiring harness. And then we're almost there, actually. Once we do the harness, at the same time, I'll wire the mini board, which is just two connectors. Literally, 2 connectors. Screw the thing back on for the battery. Boards, and then put the wheels on, and board's done. But saying that, if you've made it this far, thank you. Sorry about the voice. Hopefully it'll be better next time. Come on back. Like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. Tell me what you think about this thing. Am I retarded? Or is that actually like a smart idea considering it worked out and still works? I think it's a smart idea. All right. Bye, guys.